It's welcome again to one of our interesting programs on anti-nuclear missile cutting boomerangs, so we can have nuclear disarmament and save America and the world from nuclear destruction. This is Pastor Peter Christian Hessing, and thank you for joining me. I hope that God is blessing you and your family, and everybody is in the best of health and doing very well. For those people who are not doing that well, as Jesus says, ask it to be given, seek you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. Now, I have to continue telling you about my new invention. We're a patented inventor, and God has revealed to us to build this new technology, an anti-missile cutting boomerang that will help us get rid of nuclear missiles. Now that Russia and North Korea and China, they're building all these massive and destructive nuclear missiles. Now, we filed some patents on this new technology. The patent pending number here in America is 1565821, and we filed some other patents in other countries around the world. Patent pending number in Britain is 1617890.7. Filed some patents in Ireland. There is 2018-0172. We also filed an international patent application at the Patent Corporation Treaty in Geneva, Switzerland. That one is PCT IB 00378. And we filed all these are patent pending applications. They're pending applications. I also just got another one from Canada. This is one from up in Canada. This is a Canadian, and the Canadian patent pending application is 3049505, as you can see it on this paper here, and it has my name at the top, Peter Christian Hessing. But it's an expanding system that can pick up nuclear missiles and send them back. And we have filed some patents already in the other countries, the Australia, Jamaica, Africa, and all these other countries there. These are patent pending applications, France and so forth, India and so forth. This is an expanding system. As you can see, this is an expand. What we have, this is just one of the designs. You can have dozens of designs of it. This is one of the roll designs. I say this is a roll system that you can put on a ship or on a plane or submarine, and you can launch it. And this is a system that is going to separate. You're going to have partition on this roll system, which can be built of strong iron or steel or tungsten. You're going to be able to separate this thing. You have separated partitions here, that you can separate, and they can separate them into drones, separate them into satellites. You can build a roll system like this, and this is going to enable you to have dozens, hundreds, probably thousands. You could have thousands of drones and swords and drills and boomerang system that can receive incoming nuclear missiles and cut them up and boomerang them back. Once you can send back a nuclear missile or even conventional missiles, no country in the world is going to want to use nuclear missiles. They're going to feel, the Russians will feel, okay, America is going to send back this nuclear missile that we launched from Russia, and it's going to go right back into Moscow or any one of Leningrad or any one of these other countries there, any parts of Russia. So they're not going to want to launch nuclear missiles. But this is the next advanced technology that is going to have in defense. We're going to pass from the missile age. We're going to go to the boomerang age. That's the next advance in technology. Now, we here in America, we want to dominate and control this technology, because this technology will be one of the most powerful peacekeeping and disarmament technology in the world. We don't want the Russians and the Chinese or the North Koreans to gain control of this technology. We're going to have to do it because, as you can see, the Russians and Putin in Russia, he is building all these massive destructive nuclear missiles. The Russians are building this Sarmat, huge destructive system with over 15 nuclear missiles. They say one of those Sarmats could probably wipe out the entire state of Texas. And the Russians building another massive, what they call a canyon missile, another massive a system that could, with these 300 megaton nuclear bombs there. And then they're building this Poseidon. The Poseidon is designed to explode and cause a tsunami or a tidal wave that can wipe out coastal cities and kill millions of people. So we and the Chinese, of course, they are expanding. They're building the DF, and of course, when the North Koreans, they have the Hwasong. So we here in America, we have to start building this type of boomerang system. This is the only system that can stop the Russians and the Chinese and North Koreans and persuade them to give up nuclear missiles. With this boomerang system that can send nuclear missiles back, this is going to force them to say, okay, no point in us building all these powerful nuclear missiles, because the Americans are just going to take these boomerangs and send it back. All these powerful nuclear missiles that the Russians, Chinese, and North Koreans and the Iranians want to build, also they're coming back at us, and this is going to force them to come to the negotiating table and negotiate a new disarmament treaty. We also need to have a hypersonic treaty that will ban hypersonic nuclear missiles, because the Russians, they were building all these missiles at hypersonic speed, like going at Mach 2, 3, 4, 5, Mach 10. That's like 10,000 miles an hour. Mach 5,000 miles an hour, hypersonic speed. So we have to build, whatever we're building now has to be at a hypersonic speed. So we would build these hypersonic, what we would call is hypersonic nuclear. This is something that we have to do. I will be going down to the patent office for patent here, and the patent pending number here in America is 15658121. This is one of the processes you have to go through to get the patent office to grant you a patent. We have to go to a patent hearing, and there we have 3 judges who are going to decide on the patent. But the thing is that they have to basically grant us the patent, because if they don't give the patent to us, that means that the Russians and the Chinese and North Koreans are going to take it over, and this will create millions of jobs and billions and probably trillions of dollars. So we don't want the Russians to control that. We want to build it here in America and use that money to end poverty in the world. I believe that this is what God has revealed to me, that I must use this invention, end poverty in the world. Nobody must be poor, and we can end poverty by creating online businesses for everybody in the world. 8 billion online business for every man, woman, child. We can end poverty. We can do it. Not that we have computers that can go billions of dollars, billions per second, 3 seconds. So we're seeking companies to help us build. I've been writing to all the companies I've written already to. I've written all the companies I've been writing to. I wrote to Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Grumman, the Huntington and Gallus. They build the submarines and the nuclear subs and aircraft carriers, and in London, Britain, the Rolls-Royce, they're building all these big engines. Boeing, I've written to all of them. We're trying to negotiate with all of them now. Airbus and Bombardier and BAE, all of the major, we're written to them. I can build it on my own. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I studied at Harvard. I graduated in one of the best mechanic schools in America, Apex Technical, and I also graduated in computer technology out in California. It will take me a long time to do it because I'm poor, but that's why I say if it's a national priority, and if we get the president, whoever whether Trump or whoever becomes the next president, we have Biden and Kamala Harris and Senator Bernie Sanders, Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Amy Klobuchar, Peter Bootleg, Buttigieg. I hope I pronounce his name all right. Beto O'Rourke. There is Julian Castro. All these candidates running. Senator Bennett, Mayor De Blasio, Tulsi Gabbard. All these candidates running. Marianne Williamson. Whoever comes our next president or President Trump, we have to move ahead. Grant us the patent on it. We can go ahead and get all these companies to build thousands of it, hundreds of thousands of it, to create millions of jobs and bring us closer to this will force North Korea and Russia to give up nuclear weapons and negotiate a new treaty. We need a treaty to ban hypersonic nuclear weapons and also to limit hypersonic speed and limit the amount of nuclear weapons, nuclear power of these nuclear weapons. So I just want to give it like a brief. Let's get into talking about just the companies. They can write to me if they're interested in it. I just want to give you a basic example. Let's use the example of the F-35. People want to know what it will cost, but let's use a ballpark example. These are not guaranteed estimates. Let's use the example of the F-35. The cost of the F-35 is about $75 million. They reduced the F-35 to about 75, building it will cost about $75 million. Now this Boomerang system, we in the beginning, we're not building it, we can't build it to put people in it, but let's say we're not starting with building it yet to put people in it. We can build it as a plane, we can build it on ships, we can build it as a ship, we can build it as a submarine, we can build it as a truck, a car, we can build it as an airplane, we can build it as a space rocket, we can build it as a satellite, we can build it as a drone. So there's hundreds of designs that we can have that file a design patent, international design patent already on it. So let's use the F-35. Everybody's familiar with the F-35. Let's use that as an example. And let's say that to build one of them would cost $35 million. We can build it at different costs. We can build it as a short-range boomerang. We can have an intermediate boomerang. We can have a long-range boomerang that could go up into space and come back down. Let's say it costs $35 million to build. That's the cost. And let's say that you can aim at a 50% profit or 40% profit or 30% profit or 20% profit or whatever. Let's say that we put it at a 30% profit just to be reasonable. So 35 million and a 30% profit, we'll be making probably about 10 million, 12 million or so in profit. And depending on the type of patent licensing agreement that we would negotiate, because I have the patent, I can negotiate a patent licensing agreement. If we had a 50-50% patent licensing agreement, that means that out of that 10 million on each profit, that each one you would make on each one, I would make the company would make about, say, between 5 million and 7 million profit on each one. I would get probably about the same, or more or less, depending on the patent licensing agreement. So if the company made 5 million on each one that they built, and let's say that they decided, okay, we're going to build 1,000 of them, 5 million, that means the company would make about $5 billion. I would probably, if I could make 5 billion, I'm satisfied with a couple of billion for charity and for my kids and grandkids. So that would be 5 billion for the company or so. The company make a $5 billion profit on 1,000, and if they went and decided, okay, let's build 20,000. We have 20,000 nuclear weapons in the world, and let's build 20,000. So there you have 100 billion. That company would make like 100 billion. These are ballpark. We're not guaranteeing any of this. And if you say I think we should be like about 100,000 of these anti-nuclear missiles, boomerangs, to really protect the world. The company will wind up making nearly $500 billion. We're not guaranteeing any of this, but this is just a basic example of it. I use the F-35 as an example. Let's say we build a model that that cost $35 million, and we had a profit percentage of 30%, so that puts us at a profit of about, who knows, probably could make 10 million or 12 million profit on each one that we built. You're right there, so it all depends. There is a large market for it, because to protect the world from nuclear missiles, because you have nearly 20,000 nuclear missiles in the world, you need to build like about 100,000 of these anti-missile boomerangs. So if people are interested, can contact me. I'm going down to Washington for a patent hearing. Contact me, Pastor Peter Christian Hessing. Get me on. Please get me an email. My email address is gnissehpc@gmail.com. I'm sorry. Or you can please call me at 520-368-4265. And please write to me at Peter Christian Hessing at 1386 East 21st Street, Douglas, Arizona, 85607. Or remember also to look for my movies coming out: Boomerang, Peace to Save the World. And we have a sequel, Boomerang Peace International, all entered for the Academy Awards. I also have a book on Amazon about it, entitled The 24/7 Safe Inspection to Save the World from Nuclear War and Global Warming, the Antinuclear Boomerang Peace System. And also and we have a blog, Instantly Ending Poverty in the World, and thereby building these online businesses for everybody here in America and around the world. Everybody can make a product or sell a product. So please look for that. Thank you. God bless. Give your hearts and life to Jesus. Peace and love. Thank you. God bless. This is Pastor Peter Christian Hessing. God bless.